as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Right there, 54 Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. He's crashing.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. To throw, it's Breeze. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Hey, easy. 11.
Breeze now on first down. He sets to fire deep, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll bring up second down.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, kill.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Breeze on third down. Shakes off the sack. Looking deep downfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
There we go. 4-8.
Mike 51. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
We're going to 54. 1-8. 1-8.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 4-8. 51.
And we're pretty quiet.
Then we're going to 52.
Check 13. Check 13.
47. Here we go. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
We're going to 54. 1-8. 26. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
47. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
There we go. Kill. Let's make these babies cry. Then we're going to 52.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Slam.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 23.
We got 21.
Right there. 54, right there.
5.
Don't get nervous. Mike 54. Ricky.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. 13.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, orbit.
54. Mike, 54.
From the 40 now on second down. Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
17 more yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against...
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Watch 41. Watch 41. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey, easy. He's moving, boys. He's moving.
Mark 38. Mark 38. Mark 38.
So don't say nothing.
Let him. 38 to Mike. Let's go.
Hey, Alpha. Let it catch.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
All day. We coming on.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Mike 41. Mike 41.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Boys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
We remind you that coming up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, we finish off the first quarter of the season with an AFC North battle from the Steel City. The Bengals and the Steelers kickoff scheduled for 8:15 Eastern. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
46. Go, get out there.
Banjo.
To throw is Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A first down carry by Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He wants it all for the end zone. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Bravo!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And Breeze is going to go down in the end zone. A safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
We're going to 53. You mine! Gun. Motion.
40.
Kill.
On second and a couple. Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, kill.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Let's go. Do it.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
11.
The final shot before half for Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
We got 3. We're going to 53.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Shoves him aside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Hey, kill. 47.
Tighten up.
Go to 54. Line.
Shit. Play low.
26.
Here's Prescott. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, act hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Let's go. Here we go, 46. Sweat. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away his timing.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Switch.
try to pound it in. Kamara. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Throwing, Prescott. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's got a man. Complete. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Let's go, team. Gonna be a long day.
Now Dak on the option left, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move, the Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
We ain't beginning to clear you up.
You're good, you're good. Like 4, ready.
Check 3.
Over.
1-3. Check.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, check.
Brees going to throw. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th.
Watch twist.
Go to 54, go to 54, 180. Go to 53. 26.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Let's go 1-1. 51 to Mike.
47.
You don't want nothing.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And now it's 2nd down.
Ready? Yellow waiting.
Ready? Check 50.
5-9.
To throw, it's Brees. Caught on the left side by Ginn. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, Echo.
Brees now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 8 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Now Brees on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
53.
Right here. Right
Snoop.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
The Saints do snap it. It's Brees. And no, it's incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check.
10th carry now for Elliott.
It's run.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Come on now.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
We're going to 54. Why ain't? Hey, kill. 47.
Ain't no such thing.
Under.
We taking wins home. Well, Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up.
Everybody kill.
Man, that's trash.
You go tight. You got tight right there.
Big Dan.
We're going to 54. Why ain't?
After the penalty, it's Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Undercrush.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat the effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
51. What's the one front? 51 the mic, boy. 51.
Prescott on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to kill them.
51 the mic.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York taking a look at the play. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. On second and 15 now, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Ready? 5-9.
Check 41.
You kill.
Watch the pass. 41.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, easy.
Breeze now on first down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8.
41 Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
36, 36.
Breeze to throw on second down. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Let's go. Hey, 41 Mike.
Check, check, check.
Silver.
Here we go, here we go.
41 Mike. Man, I got you.
Breeze to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on.
Ready.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
0-2, 0-2.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Hey, easy.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about them taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Dallas...